Good morning, guys. Today we're going to take the waterline plow and attempt to install some electric line. Let's see how this works. So we are basically back up here at the family compound. You guys have seen a lot of videos coming out here. This is actually where we worked on the 850, used the 850. A lot of videos building the water slide over there, go-kart racing, etc., etc. And what has happened over the years is we have slowly just kept building and adding stuff, and I'll show you a little better when we get over there. But basically, we started off with nothing that made electricity, and then we added one camper, and we had a slide, and we had another camper, and well, guess what? We're out of power. So we actually had a whole new service put in just for the slide and the campsite. So we need to reroute the entire electrical over there, and we're wanting to do it without making a huge mess. We're hoping the waterline plow works. I kind of wish I had the 120 here for this, just simply because of the way the coupler works and the plow. It would make life a little bit easier for me, but the 120 is not available today. The 140 is, so we'll make it work. But real quick before we get started, guys, I want to mention one thing. These are the pair of Ariat boots that I got almost 2 years ago. If you guys go back and watch the videos, you will see when I received these boots. I'll have to say, they slowly become my most favorite pair of boots ever. I was a huge Red Wing guy before that, and really took a liking to these boots, and I've got they still got life left in them. But got me a new pair of Ariat boots. Check out those cool things. We're going to try these out, and you guys see I've been wearing the Ariat shirt, been wearing the Ariat work pants. Like, I'm not a huge guy that really gets into clothing, but I'll have to say I have taken a liking to the Ariat boots and the Ariat work pants for sure. And the shirt is no slouch. So if you guys are interested in anything you see me wear in my videos, check out the links in the description. I think you can save 10% on any of it. I honestly would have to highly recommend anything that I've got and I've liked so far. So if it's something you guys are looking for, be sure to check it out. But enough about that. Let's get this old girl fired up. It just come off the lake job. It needs... Oh, that's just embarrassing. That's just embarrassing. It needs cleaned out. It needs some TLC. The poor thing's been neglected. It's been a busy summer. I think I mentioned that a few times. But fluids have been checked. Let's fire it up. Let's walk over. I'll give you guys a little closer look at what we got going. So here's kind of what we got, what we're going to change. So this here is a 100 amp sub panel that comes off the house up there. It comes down and feeds. It was just the camper. It worked great, and then we eventually added the water slide onto it, and that kind of started pushing our limits a little bit, but we were still getting by. And then we've added another camper, and that threw us over the top there. We can't handle the power demands no more. And as you guys can see, they're building a bigger shelter house, which is going to have some power demands, and where the excavator is out, we're actually putting in another campsite, which is even more power demands. So time to do something a little bit different. Fortunately, we had a power line coming straight through the property, so had the power company come in and drop a 400 amp service over there. 400 amp is way more than what we need for right now, but there wasn't that much extra to get the 400 amp in over 200 amp. So what we're going to do today is we're going to come off of one box, come over and feed these two campers and put in a couple extra plugs. Our intentions is to knife that in, and then we're going to come off there and knife over to the new shelter house and tie into the wire that feeds the slide. So basically we're going to put a sub panel in the shelter house that'll feed the shelter house and the water slide down there. So first things first, we need to do, we actually got to cross the existing electric and water. Water is going to stay hot. It's going to keep coming off the house, and we're going to leave the power supply off the house down here. Just because it's already there. But we got to cross it, and we need to tee into the water line. So we're going to dig down, find it first, and then we'll put the knife on and see if we can bury some wire. Boy, you're pressing your luck this morning, boy. That was close.
That's a pothole right there.
I don't know if it's lucky or good, but we'll take it either way. I want to know how much pull you guys got to get an electrician out of bed on a Sunday morning.
He wants to hook his camper up down there.
Oh, I knew there was an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the water and electric line located. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch buckets over. We're going to put the little trenching bucket on, and basically what I need to do is dig some starts coming off that panel so we can stick this plow down in there and get started. We'll switch over to this bucket. These buckets, this trenching bucket and that plow have the same top on it. It's the top I made. They fit in the coupler. They fit in the coupler on this Volvo, but they don't quite fit as nice as what they do on the Deere. But we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Spin around here. Basically, he wants to come off this panel for the campers, and he wants to come off the other panel for the shelter house and the pool. Not the pool, the slide. I'm just going to dig a little trench here. Something to kind of get it started. That should do that. Should allow me just a big enough slot I can get that plow down in the ground here. Swing over here and we'll do the same one with this other one. Right, yeah. Don't need much. Should work perfect. Let's go see if we can get this plow on. This thing here can be a little tricky to get hooked up. There we got her. I went down through here and painted me a proposed line. That way, whenever I'm tracking backwards, I kind of got a reference of where I'm at. I'm not sure if I'll follow the line exactly, but I hope to stay pretty close to it. This first pass down through here, we were putting in 4 runs of 10-2, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Hopefully it works out all right. What's the verdict?
I think we're good as long as you don't pull too much from it.
That means you gotta hold it.
Don't drag your hand.
If not, we'll throw next size bigger on. All right, let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes.
Need some Dawn dish soap. Oh, nope, stop. It's ripping the wire. Alright. Need some soap. Squirt some soap down there.
Got some hand soap and then we can spray on the.
All right, wire's going in, but it's dragging a little hard going through the conduit there, so we're gonna put a little dish soap down the hole, a little lube. A little lube never hurt anything. Maybe put what little bit you got left on them wires there, kind of feeding in. Oh, you got the fancy foamy kind.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man!
Just kind of spray it as we go.
I think once we get going, we'll be all right. It's just a matter of getting going where it's got some resistance on it down there. See what happens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're going. They're in high gear.
That went real fast, quick in a hurry. We are wiggled up amongst the campers here, so we got to try to get ourselves into this hole here with the other water line, and we're gonna lose 2 wires to gain the water line. So it's tight. Back grab the shovel, clean that tip off, make sure I'm coming across top of it.
Now where's the water line?
It's right there at it, Delana. Is that our shovel?
It's down there, Michael. I think Michael went to get it.
I'm glad we stopped when we did there, Jarbo. That is the tooth, and that is the water line, and they are pretty much on the same plane.
Yep.
So, let's go the rest of the way through. Man, you guys almost act like you know what you're doing. Blame Jarbo for all the dish soap. Okay, so we got these two here. They're staying basically, right?
We need another one here.
Oh, yeah.
We need to cut another one and one keeps going. That wire there may determine where your pedestal's at.
Yeah. It don't matter which one, right?
They both the same length. I'd cut whichever one's shorter, Jarbo. I think one's a little shorter than the other.
Yeah. So this one here's
Yeah, that one there. And then goes the water line. Oh, help you out there.
There's like the water line on the back.
Ah!
Plenty.
Yeah, I'd say that's plenty. Probably gonna have the same thing there. You're just gonna have to kind of, that water line feeds better than that
Yeah.
electric line, but. All right, so basically we need to get from this camper to that camper. I'm glad you guys made this easy for me.
Can't earn your money this way.
I mean, we're missing everything by inches through here, but I think we'll make it. I think we'll make it. I'll wait to find out.
Yeah. I don't even have to hold that. That feeds a lot easier. So you could go down, I think.
Well, we almost made it to our destination. So the plan is here, we're gonna go ahead and pull the knife out of the ground. They really want that pedestal like right there, but they got fabric and stuff underneath there. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull the knife out of the ground, let the wires come up. We're just gonna hand trench over 2 or 3 feet to right here. And this run should be complete. I think you two guys are making a bigger mess with shovels than what I did with the Traco.
If you'd hit that line, we wouldn't have to dig.
Well, I only got so much crabs there. If somebody would have moved their camper, I could have hit the line. So that all went pretty smooth. We'll basically take the Traco now and we'll just walk back down this knife trench and shove her back shut and she'll be good to go. Zach's already getting a head start on getting everything wired up down here. And then we got another run we got to make over to the shelter house. thought for sure you would have been done by now. Boy, look at that fancy backpack. Did you get that on back to school day?
Yeah, I did. It was half off.
So does the knife get the stamp of approval from you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Jarbo's got his line trenched over there. That looks good. We got all of our connections terminated down here in this to where they can make all their connections. We'll leave this hole open for a little bit, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the machine and basically just track right down that knife trench and try to get her closed up real nice. So see how she works. Without wire being close to 4 feet in the ground, I'm very pleased with that. I mean, that is minimal disturbance right there. The only messes we got is our connection points, and that'll be pretty doggone easy to clean up. So that is one run down. So here's our next run. It is 2RD. It's a little bigger, aluminum wire for 100 amp service. We got it fed through the plow, and Jarbo's got her all squeaky clean there with a little bit of soap. Got a little bit of soap in there. So this is gonna be about a 220-foot run. We're basically gonna loop around the little umbrella there and then head up, and it's gonna be the new service for the new shelter house. So see if this one goes as smooth as the last one.
Yeah.
Check that out. We made a really good time coming around the corner, but we kind of got ourselves backed into a corner here. So here's what the plan is. I haven't done this before, but we're going to try it. The ultimate goal is to get to that pole right there. And as you guys can see, I cannot drive the track hoe through the pole. So what I'm thinking I can do is unhook this thing, go around, hook on the other side of it, and then shove it up to the pole. So I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it. All right, Jarbo's got a little hook right there. This thing's got a safety in it, so we got to hold that safety up. There she went, I think. I'll get out from underneath it now. Perfect. All right, let's walk around the other side, see if we can hitch back up. I hear you beeping at me. Gotta get lined up here where I want to be. Get her clipped back in. Whoop, don't want to do that. I'm going to pitch that wire. I think we got it, didn't we? Now the problem's going to be it's going to be harder to push it than what it was to pull it. A couple random thoughts here, guys, while we're on the last little home stretch. I originally built this waterline plow to put in about 1,500 feet of water line. I got a couple of videos on that. Whenever I posted that video, a lot of you guys were wondering why I built one for the excavator and I just didn't build one for my dozer. And it's actually a good question, and this job here truly proves the reason why I went the route I did. A couple different things. If you guys have ever stuck a plow in the ground behind a dozer and then tried to steer it, it is almost impossible. There is no way you're going to be able to maneuver around like we did here on this job, getting in and out of these tight areas and kind of controlling your path the best you can, unless you had an articulating machine or you had an offset steerable plow. The other thing to keep in mind is we only had one piece of equipment on this job. I was able to take this excavator, dig our starts, dig our test holes, then put the plow on and keep going. If I got a dozer there, and now I'm hauling in two pieces of equipment. So that's also worked out very well. The other thing is these track hoes have triple grouser pads on them. Most dozers have single grouser pads, so that in itself, if you're working in a yard like this, is going to disturb a lot more. So long story short, I just felt like this gave me a lot more options, and it's a lot more user friendly as far as sneaking around and kind of doing a little bit of goofy stuff like that. I just have more options. It's a lot more versatile. The question is, do you want to put something vibratory on it? That would definitely help, but in my scenario here, just simpler is better. There's no hydraulic hoses, there's no moving parts. As you guys can see, this is pretty hard ground here, and we're coming through it. We're coming through it pretty easy. The other thing we discussed in the previous videos was some sort of reel to unroll the wire or the pipe. And I'm kind of going to take the same approach to it. No more than what I use this thing. I like not having a whole lot of moving parts. And it's not that big a deal just to walk down through there and unroll it next to the trench. The plow will pull it right in for you, and it works great. If we were using this every day on a regular basis, we'd probably look at doing something a little bit different. But for what we use it for, this works absolutely awesome. Keep in mind, I think we got an afternoon in the shop, and about $200 in this thing. I've actually got an entire video over building it, and if I can think about it, I will link it in the description for you guys. Well, that's not quite as easy to plow with. Obviously, the machine don't push near as well as it pulls, but we did check a few times there. Don't seem to have any damage to the wire at all. We're still got good 36 inches of depth, and we nailed our marker. Hey, at least we went straight to the pole, and we're not like way off to the left or right field. Let's just see if we can get it out of the ground without tearing the pole up.
Look at there. And it went black as soon as I think it's still recording. It just goes. You want to just cut that?
Can we just not take a second to admire the aim? I mean, come on now.
Good. I'll give you credit.
That's a pretty good shot right there. Basically got one more wire we need to knife in. This wire here is the one that used to go to the O-breaker panel and went all the way over to the slide. It is now going to go from here to there. So basically we're going to try to knife in this little bitty stretch right here. I don't know for sure how that transition is going to work. We may have to do a little bit of shovel work there, but get the machine repositioned and shove her in the ground.
Yeah, you feed it. No, you have to feed it up.
Yeah, we got to feed this one backwards. That would have been a flaw on our plan at the other end.
She ain't got a smooth end on that side. So you want to leave some?
I'd say leave a little bit here. You can probably pull a little more than that. You may get your foot held into that right there. That way if we need to, we can take a shovel and make sure we got depth right there, you know what I mean? Just need to make sure we come out of the ground over there, we don't get into that other wire. I don't think I'm gonna go quite as deep with this one.
Yeah, I would.
All right, here we go. I'll get this one here about a foot or so in the ground. I think we'll be plenty deep. About where I'm at now. Deeper than what it was before, let's put it that way. You gotta kind of take that tooth, loosen it up a little bit, and then I can take the machine. Whoa, hang on. Take the machine and kind of push it through. There we go. God, it's hard right here. Truss up there, getting tight on the building. Well, I think we got another direct hit right there. Nice. Very nice. I'll tell you what, if I was an electrician, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, me too.
This little transition didn't work out too bad either. Well, maybe left too much slack there, but I think she's going to bury out pretty nice. While they're tying the loose ends up on that, I think we're going to go back, track this in, and then it's going to be in their hands for a little bit to get all the connections made. All right, I'm just going to walk back down the trench here and close her up, let these guys get end connections made, then we'll come back and put the finishing touches on it. Trench on one side, it's like magic, almost nothing on the other. Done yet? Almost. Well, it's a couple hours later, everybody's gone, but everything is hooked up. So let me show you guys real quick. As I've mentioned before, we have got an awesome rural electric company. They came in and set us a 400 amp service here, got 200 amp over here, 200 amp over there. We come out of this one and went up here to basically feed the camper sites. There's Gunner on his go-kart up there. Feed the camper sites, knifed right through here. Actually, you can see the knife mark right there. That thing worked absolutely awesome. Come through here, abandoned the old service. We got 3 camper plugs right here. Continued on and caught this camper here. This is the 4th camper plug. Don't have this one completely backfilled yet because they're going to put a frost-proof hydrant in there. So they got the electric hooked up. Water is not hooked up yet. Then we come off the other 200 amp service, knifed on around, intersected the one that used to go with the slide, pulled it up. I don't know why I'm explaining this to all you guys. You've pretty much seen it all, but man, I mean, you can definitely tell we've been here, but that's a pretty low maintenance mess considering all the heavy lifting and the work we did. This wall here will eventually get to be all sided. It actually gets walled off, so this panel will end up being in the wall. Got it set here. See if I can get it open. Oh, they got it so close to the plug down there. 60 amp going to the pump slide. Got 2 circuits for some plugs there. That all looks good. So then, in theory, if we go down here to the water slide, we should have power down there. The water slide should work again. Like I said, guys, there is a lot of videos that come out of here. There's a whole series of videos over building the slide. I apologize, they don't have the best audio, but they are still good videos. I'll try to remember my best to link them in the description if you guys want to go back and watch them. Several videos of go-kart racing. We got the videos of leveling all that up. Yeah, just kind of a little family hangout up here. But in theory, if we turn that on, and I think this here is all on. Come over here, this is actually a 3-phase pump, and we got single phase, so we got to hit the VFD here, and voila, look at that. We got power. We got power. Next question is, do we have water? Check that out, there it is. We have water and plenty of it. It is hot out here, and that slide looks mighty inviting, but we're gonna have to hold off on that. Don't quite have the swimming trunks here, but guys, that's gonna be a wrap on this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. The knife is knife don't get used much, but it's definitely handy when it does, and saves a lot of mess in certain situations. So if you guys don't mind, if you like the video, give her a big old thumbs up. If you want to see what's coming up next, hit the subscribe button, and as always, we shall catch you guys on the next one. You ready to head to the house?
Yeah.
How's that?